Welcome back for a brand new episode of Covering Coven, a show dedicated to discussing last night's episode of American Horror Story Coven. I am your moderator, Perri Nemiroff, and now for a hello from our panelists.
Hi, I'm Alexis Saarela.
Hey, I'm Allison Ullrich.
Hi, I'm Megg Hochbaum.
Hello, I'm Sasha Capelli.
So in the Sacred Taking, the ladies of the Coven team up to put an end to Fiona's reign once and for all, even though she isn't really up for the fight due to her condition. And meanwhile, Marie Laveau is busy mounting an attack of her own, while also taking great pleasure in regaining the upper hand in her never-ending feud with Delphine. But to start, one of the most standout plot points in there, the mysterious shooter. Clearly, it's a witch hunter, but who is it, and is there more than one? Alexis, what are you thinking here?
Yeah, we first saw the shooter at Misty's house, and we couldn't see anything. He had his hood up. But then when the shooter that shot our lovely neighbor, Patti LuPone, by accident, which I think he was aiming for Nan, which means he's not a very good witch hunter, he seemed like a different guy in the car, but I might be wrong about that. But I also thought it was interesting that just from the bullets, they could tell that they were sacred bullets. It's like hunting werewolves is the same as witches, I guess.
I definitely think they were two different people because they looked a little different, and they had completely different attack styles. Like, one literally barged it into Misty's room with it looked like a sawed-off shotgun that could blow someone away at close range, and this other guy was clearly a bad sniper.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that there's, like, a few of them, like a little band of witch hunters that just are hunting this particular coven at this time.
Are we sure that wasn't Roy shooting at Nan or the neighbor?
I didn't think it was.
That wasn't my first thought.
I thought it was, but maybe not. We'll see.
You mean Hank?
Hank.
Yeah, Hank.
Hank. In our emails, it kept saying Roy, and I was like,
oh, that was me. I'm sorry.
What did I miss? Roy's a cool name, too. Maybe he will have a partner named Roy.
Maybe he will.
Maybe Roy is
the other guy.
What was the deal with the neighbor's little ritual in the bathtub? What exactly was she doing?
She was bleaching his
He gave him a bleach enema, which is so.
I'm so glad I had no clue what that was then.
I was like, wait, what is he doing? Oh, he's bleaching his dick. Okay, got it. Because he's impure. So I feel like American Horror Story always has to have one, like, Christian Jesus freak. Like, always one of those characters who's like, you're impure. So she's doing her job.
Well, and apparently every mother has to be terrible on this show.
It's very true. The Coven is also making some serious moves in regards to the Supreme. Allison, what are you thinking after this episode? Because Nan's clearly got a new power, and Myrtle is insisting that it's actually Misty.
I don't think it's Misty. I understand why Myrtle would think that because Misty did bring her back from the dead. But I know it's not the obvious one, but I really do want it to be Nan. Something about her. I mean, she's going to be crushed if it's not her. You saw her like freak out and start crying saying, I'm the Supreme, I'm the Supreme. But I just don't think it's Misty unless one of the powers of a Supreme is you have to bring yourself back to life. Then the obvious choice would be Misty, but I'm just not seeing it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's too obvious now. I feel like the second they call someone out, we have to cross them off the list.
Yeah. At first I was like when Myrtle called Misty out, I was like, oh, I didn't even think of Misty, but because she's not part of the Coven yet, except for like just this episode. So, she was just like the hippie witch in the woods. So now that she's like part of the Coven and she's all of a sudden the Supreme, it's a little iffy. So I don't know if it's Nan either, but I do like the way they're all like calling out what we're trying to figure out. Like, I like how Nan was like, I could be the Supreme, because like we were like that too. We were like, Nan, it could totally be Nan. So I kind of think that maybe like a little wink that the writers were like, you just still don't know who it is, do you?
She's really the only one that they haven't said you are the Supreme at this point.
Right.
And like they're not doing it. I mean, it's totally obvious, but they're kind of trying to point us in the other direction very deliberately.
Yeah.
So that is making me believe even more so that it is her now. Unless it's someone entirely different. Like, for all we know, there's still 5 episodes left. We can get a whole new character to pop in. And
that's very true.
You never know.
Stevie Nicks.
So now we need to talk about what's going on the voodoo side of things. Marie has been pretty busy over there. So, Meg, what do you think she's up to, and will the Coven ever get Queenie back?
I'm not buying any of this for a second with Queenie kind of going to the dark side because, I mean, you see her in the beginning where she rips out the dark heart of a man, but he was a bad guy, so it's almost like it's a vengeance kind of thing, and there was a lot of vengeance in this episode, so, you know, and then she feeds a burger to Delphine, and even though she turned her in because she kind of had to, I'm kind of wondering if there's some kind of inside work going on or something where she might actually be the Supreme, and she's rising up above all the witches and all the voodoo and putting it together and becoming this crazy awesome woman, so I'm waiting to see if that happens, but then also with this alliance thing, with Fiona coming to her next week and saying we need an alliance, I'm not buying it. There's no way.
Right. I also was like, when Madison and Zoe acted all grossed out by ripping out the heart, I was like, excuse me, you guys put a dude back together from parts. You can't be grossed out by that.
Yeah, I'll tell you had sex with a dead guy. So.
Yeah, Madison also killed a bus full of innocent boys, and they're saying that this, like, rapist is innocent.
Yeah, the first scene was pretty bad.
There's totally a connective factor here. Like, I guarantee you, Voodoo and Coven will come together to fight some sort of, like, equal evil at some point.
Except that Marie did hire Hank, a.k.a. Roy.
Right. So
is she going to admit that or turn on him? I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like maybe since Hank/Roy like screwed up the first or screwed up the sniper killing, maybe Marie will be like, what good are you? And just do away with him. I know that I know that like a voodoo witch alliance is probably not going to happen, but I really want it to. It'll be so bad. Like, I think they're going to wreck Hank/Roy next week. They're just going to tear him apart.
That really poor guy can't do anything right.
Yep.
Like, he deserves to be called Roy now. So I don't know his real name. So considering the sacred taking is loaded with need to repeat dialogue, we're bringing back our memorable quote section this week. And despite the fact that I'd love to go tell someone, you have no style and your pits smell like fish sticks, I'm giving my points to Queenie for this little gem. Voodoo witchcraft. This town ain't big enough for the two of us. War is coming, and you're going to lose. It's sassy, threatening, and I'd like to bet it hints at one heck of a season finale blowout. Allison, what you got?
I loved it when Misty came to the house, and she was like, can my friend stay? I had left her in the back in the greenhouse. Like, she already did grow her, you know, kind of like brought her back to life out of the earth. So I thought that was pretty funny.
I had a couple. I love the return of Myrtle and her like funny weirdness, and the line when they were talking about the Salem witches traveling down in their covered wagons, and she said, "Traveling without charcuterie platters or a bidet. How tragic." And then, of course, at the end, when awesome Cordelia had that great line when she was sort of making up with her mom after trying to kill her, and she was like, she said, hell, if I knew it would win your approval, I would have made an attempt on your life way before now. And it was just so, like, kind of ironic and hilarious.
Yeah, mine was also a murder quote. It was when Nan was like, how did your hair grow back so fast?
So now we're going to roll into our rapid fire portion of the show and going to speculate on what's to come in the next episode. I am really looking forward to seeing how Delphine's dismemberment pans out. She can't die, but I'm running with the idea that Marie Laveau deliberately doesn't want her stitched back together either, so that kind of makes me wonder, what will she look like from here? The thought of the girls in the Coven having to carry her head around everywhere, it's kind of outrageous, but it's also very American Horror Story appropriate, so hey, you never know. Sasha, what are you looking forward to?
I cannot wait to see. Well, I really want to see some more talking Kathy Bates' head. I was like that. Oh, it almost gave me chills, which is weird, but like it was just so. It was just, and I loved to see Marie chop her arm off. So any sort of like badass Marie moments, I am very excited about. I just can't wait to see Hank/Roy get wrecked next week.
Alexis, what you got for us?
I'm excited to see what happens with Patti LuPone and her son and Nan. Is he going to live? I thought it was interesting that they brought Patti back. Like, what was the point of that? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what's going to happen with Nan. I'm totally team Nan. I really want to see. But more so, I want to see if next episode the Minotaur comes back, because now we have two headless people that are going to live forever forever. I want to see what happens.
They're going to switch their bodies.
Oh,
Come on.
Well, that would be a good revenge for.
That'd be awful. Oh, my
Oh,
God.
that'd be ridiculous.
Turn into like a screwball comedy, like.
I'm kind of interested to see what happens with Kyle, because we kind of see him start to turn back into a human a little bit, and then we also see Spaulding come back, and he's like, I guess, a ghost that can talk now. So we're getting the men with a little bit more power as well. So I'm excited to see where they go with them and how useful they'll be to the Coven.
I was a little bummed to see Madison cry over Kyle. Like I kind of liked that they were.
Yeah.
I liked that they were sharing Kyle, and Madison was just kind of like, I know what I use him for, and so do you. So I was like, oh, come on, Matt. Like, really? Like, there's a crowd. So I don't know. I guess there'll be a little like man fighting there, which kind of bums me out. But
Before we wrap up, here's another question. Who is the Russian witch in the basement?
Yeah.
Totally missed it.
No
She's
idea.
not in the basement. Her picture
portrait.
was,
Portrait.
her portrait was
Yeah.
banned to the basement.
right.
So is this like a real historical witch that we should know about? I don't know.
Well, when they did that flashback, they said that ritual happened 3 times, so I have a feeling we're getting 2 more, and maybe one of those will involve this Russian witch.
Yeah, it could be.
The Supreme.
We will have to wait and see.
Maybe that's what Stevie Nicks is. Stevie Nicks is the Russian witch.
You never know. So that's it for this week, but we still got 5 more episodes to go in the season, so please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Shock Till You Drop, and join us to discuss the show the day after each episode airs. Also, please let us know what you think by leaving a comment in the section below, because we'd love to talk about what you're interested in right here on the show. Thanks for covering Coven with us. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.